Hey, what's going on, everyone? Swift bringing you a brand new stream today. Welcome, everybody. We'll give everyone a minute to get settled in here. Hope you're all doing well. Henry! Thanks for the like, Henry. Hey, welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are back. Took a couple day break. I completed a couple of quests and worked on a couple of stats here. And then now we are kind of going back to the Slayer as per the series. No. Well, these are the black demons I'm fighting, but you gotta run when you go this way in Taverley. You have to run past some blue dragons. Like just around the corner, more like southeast of here, there's like the baby blue dragons. But then the rest of the dragons are east of us, though. Yep. So earlier today, it took me a while, Henry, but I was able to get to 87 attack, which is really helping out with just landing more hits consistently. And these are the kind of monsters that have higher defense, so that's pretty important. It is making a fairly big difference because you can see here I'm using the Divine Combat. Well, it's Divine Super Combat, really. When you get 87, you'll get an extra level boost because of the percentage you get buff. So really it was like I gained 2 levels. That was kind of a nice bonus there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's been quite the journey. Like I was saying, I did a couple quests, and one of the reasons for that was I wanted to get more quest points. And one of the reasons was because I wanted to get the an upgrade to the adamant gloves. So we get an upgrade there with the rune gloves, which it's not that big of a difference in terms of statistically when you look at it. You're getting +1, for your attack stats, +1 defense, and +1 strength. That doesn't, on paper, that doesn't look like, oh, that's not a big upgrade, right? But it's actually interesting because with the buffs that I've got, with Piety, here's the prayer that I'm using, because it increases your stats too. And the fact that I use these potions, potions that give you the buff, it actually is somewhat noticeable to where I'm like, okay, I am hitting more often. It's just enough where I'm like, okay, I can kind of tell, and I'll take it. The next goal for quests would be, I've got to do Monkey Madness, which is a longer quest. once I do that quest, and then I got to do the side quest for Recipe for Disaster, which is like a whole series of quests. It's like 10 sub-quests, right? But if I can do that, if I could do the related sub-quest to it, I'll be able to get the Dragon Gloves, which will be another +1 to, just like I did with the Rune. And the higher up you go statistically, the more of a benefit you're going to get for the level that you're at. So, again, just trying to get more out of my levels with the gear that I've got. They kind of go hand in hand. The more you can level up the character, or the more you can upgrade your gear, you know, that combination's gonna help. So when the XP is kind of slow, or I'm not really getting the levels as fast, you know, maybe I can upgrade the gear, or vice versa. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so my goals, chat, would be, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get, where you can see I'm training defense. I'd like to get defense to 87. We're gonna pick up this Ranner, actually. So I could buy, like, I could buy X number of lobsters. I'm not trying to get lobsters, but I like to pick up the food while I'm here, because you can last longer if you're trying to tank. Well, they give you just enough food where you can last, depending on how often you get hit. Like, you can, and it's kind of fun to at least try. At least to me. You can get some drops from these, but they're, you can get runes like you see here, like the blood runes. What I'm just trying to do is free up an inventory spot to get and then we'll, I tend to have the loot down here towards the bottom of the inventory. Thanks for the like, guys, appreciate it. We are taking on some black demons here on a task for Slayer. When I started, it was like 170 something of them. We are at 60 to go. Got to 87 attack just earlier today, and now we are training some defense. Like to get that to 87, and then we're gonna go for strength for a while. This is the current setup here. You notice that I did get an upgrade to the gloves. I got the Rune gloves now. I have the Rune gloves now. Oh, we got some Rune arrows. That was actually kind of a nice drop. We'll have to go back and pick those up. That's kind of cool. See, anything that stacks and you can get quantity of, I do like to pick that stuff up. So more than likely, we'll just use up the rest of this potion when I'm able to, and just pick up the arrows after that. Right. All right, so we've got some drops. We did get a Ranar, which, you know, that's a pretty good drop. I'll take 5k or 6k. That's not bad. One item that you can save your Slayer points for that would be interesting would be the I think it's the herb sack. So then you can pick up 30 of each of these kind of herbs, and you can just store them in one item. And then that way you can, it's really about consolidation. And I mean, you could pick up some of these one-off ones and just kind of store them, you know, and they do add up over time. I mean, yeah, Guam Leaf may not be the most, you know, the most profit, or, you know, like, it's not the most expensive one to sell. If you get, oh, genie, yes. Hey, I will eat a shark for an XP lamp. Where'd it go? You know, I couldn't see that it was a genie, but it said it was like, "Hey, Master." I'm like, oh, yes, that's great. We got an XP lamp. I wasn't expecting that. I'm usually lucky if I get that event like once a week. We got 48 more to go, and then I'm just gonna, I guess we'll get some more XP at the end. I've just been using these XP lamps for Slayer anyways. That'd be what, 750 XP? I mean, it's actually decent. I'll take it. Just under 294k left until 86 defense. So that's a bit less than 3 hours left to go on that level up there. We'll be able to tank just a little bit more. Not that, I mean right now I'm using Protect, so in cases where that'll be more in play, it will be great to have the extra defense level. Once I get to 87, like with the other stats, we're going to get the extra +1 level from the Divine Boost, which is, you know, it's basically 2 levels in one. So really, in the way I view it is I just divide the XP that is required for that level. I divide it by 2 because I'm getting essentially 2 levels, right? So if it's 390k or whatever that is, well, to me it's basically I kind of divide that by 2, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting a level halfway through, but in my mind I'm like, all right, well, we're halfway to the goal. I just need to see it through and then get the other half of that, and then I can get both levels. And the way I use divines, as frequently as I use them, it's basically like a permanent boost for the character, right? So I'll take an extra level. But then when you switch, say you're training strength, it's basically like from where we are now to then. Once you get the extra 2 levels, you're basically it's almost like you're in the defense stance and in the strength stance at the same time, based on how you've been training. Yeah, accuracy is definitely key. Because I've seen it where the less zeros you're hitting, I mean, it makes such a difference in terms of like your training speed, task completion for your Slayer tasks. We've got 35 left to go. And then we will be ready to get to the next task. So I have fought my first few wyverns in this. It's been like many, many, many years since I fought a wyvern. And one of my earliest memories of that was fighting, like going into the ice dungeon, but it says like, oh yeah, this is dangerous, are you sure you want to enter anyway? And I kind of just went in there, and I think I had like 300k on me, or I don't know what it was at the time. And I got wrecked by a wyvern. And I was like, I don't remember. I probably got my stuff back, but maybe I didn't. But that was a long, long time ago. I had that respect. It was that, I guess it was kind of that fear factor of, okay, well, these are no joke. I don't think I even stand a chance. And I was way under leveled anyway, looking back on it. So, fast forward to yesterday. I was fighting a few of them because I was trying to get a good task for the stream here. And then I got wyverns, which I wasn't all too excited to get because, I don't know, I'd rather fight dragons, to be honest. And once I fought them, it kind of confirmed that. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a reason why I wasn't fighting these. Probably just needed another like 10 minutes or so. Like maybe 15 minutes. And then it was 7. I had to take out 7 of them. So for what it was, though, it took a fair while to actually defeat 7 of them. And then I got tasked with taking out 13 of them, like another task later, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not like afraid to face them, but they kind of are annoying when they freeze you, and you know, you need like 30 mil or whatever to buy the shield that you don't get frozen. I'm like, well, do I really want to? So I just canceled the latest task for him. But if I had 200 quest points, I may consider blocking them just because, I don't know, to me, I thought that they were going to drop better stuff more frequently, but I'd much rather fight the gargoyles, in my opinion. I would rather get that task 100 times before I got wyverns one time. There we go. We're down to the last 20 left to go. I've had a lot of fun with this series. I know we're kind of going with the same theme for a while here, and I'm not trying for it to be like predictable in the sense that it's always going to be Slayer and it's just the same old video every time. But I'm not entirely sure what else to go for right now. There are other mini games and things that I'll play, but what would people want to see? You know, pest control, you know, to me is fun, but it's you know, not for everybody. But there is a world or two dedicated. Oh, I think there's one world that has a lot of players. we'll see with this in the next 5 minutes. We'll see if we can finish this task up. Got 8 more to go, and we'll see if we can finish by the time that this last potion's done with, like, the use. We'll see. That spider came from a long way away. It should be like way up there, right? It'll be close. I don't think I will. Oh, maybe. Wait. There's a chance. Oh, we did it just in time. Nice. Just in time. We got an XP lamp here. Go with Slayer on that. I will take 750 Slayer XP. Thank you. Nice. We're almost level 70. Oh, we're getting to level 76 now. Alright. We're going to head to the GE, and then I'm going to get another task with the Slayer, and we will continue on here. Alright, let's go to Vera. Oh, interesting fact real quick. It was like 15-20 minutes ago. There was like at least 5 players that had like the Tamikan, like the Shadow, and they just all ran with like the same gear on to the GE. I was like, what? For something that's over a bill, there's quite a lot of them in the game. It's very interesting to me. I'm not so sure about that. Anyways, alright. Oh, okay. Hey, cool, we got some cow fights. We got some cow fights. Alright, slight detour only because I see that I need to do my farm run real quick. It'll take me like 5 minutes. I'll be quick about it. We'll kind of just talk. We'll discuss that task. Let me just get my stuff ready for the farm run here. Basically, I've got a route that I do each day. Like I go from here. I go from here and just kind of go around. I'll kind of go over that. Just bring your sapling, the payment if you want to pay the farmer at each patch, and then your tools and stuff. So we'll grab what we need, take some cash with us, and then let's get going because I do want to get back to some. I could have used the other stairwell, but that's whatever. We're gonna need the Draman staff too. I did forget that. We're gonna get some quick XP here. We're almost level 88 farming, so I figured. No, I didn't want to trade you. I just want to pay. There we go. Okay, great. So let's continue on here. And what I do is I just kind of I try to be as efficient with this as possible. I double back to the spirit tree, and then you can go to the Grand Exchange. Since I forgot my Draman staff, I'm going to go to the bank real quick because it's right here. And then we're going to go to the farming guild. You can just go to the fairy rings that are northwest of here. The GE, rather. And then if you want to go to the farming guild, it's the code is CIR. If you want to configure that for your travels. And actually, I'm gonna check on 2 trees while I'm here. So the U tree, and then also the Celestrus. You'll see. This is the farming guild. If you haven't been to the guild. So just like that, we've got two of the 6 out of the way. And then while I'm here, when it renders, I can see that we need to check this other one. So we'll, as a bonus, I guess we'll look after that one. With this tree, I'll show you, you need an axe. And then your payment is potato cactus. You need 8 of them. So let's check the health on this. 14,000 XP, that's part of the reason why I do it. And you can chop it to get this bark, which is actually good because it'll sell. Oh, we got 6 of them. Wow, that's actually really good. That's really good. These take 13 hours to grow. But we almost actually paid for the tree with what we just got, like with the resource. All right, and then I go to Falador. And we're gonna okay. And we are halfway done. And this is an important part of the run because you've got 2 patches that are fairly close to each other in proximity. What you could do is bring a energy stamina like potion, you know. But since I'm almost done, I kind of just deal with it. If you want to save time and kind of get more out of your run, bring an energy potion or 2 with you. I gotta go to Lumbridge anyway, so I'm gonna I gotta get my prayer back for the next task anyway, so we're kind of just gonna go 2 birds with 1 stone on this one. So once you're done with the Falador run, again, that's the 2 patches. When my prayer is low, I mean, I just do the home teleport because it's free. I get that cycling on time for the cooldown. The altar's right there. And then I just kind of go back and yeah, we're walking, which is, you know, going to be a bit slower. But we've only got 2 more to go, so we only got like another about 2 minutes for this. Now, back of the castle here, Lumbridge Castle. You've got one of the patches back here as well. And then we'll get the XP. Hey, we got level 88 farming. Nice. I think I really started training this about a month ago. Give or take a week, right? I can't remember quite. Alright, so we've got... one more to go. So yeah, we got 88 farming, which is my highest skill right now. You can see because it was technically strength, but well, we've had this for a while to be the highest. But I mean, actually, technically in level, now farming is the winner. I actually think that farming is gonna be my first 99. It's trending that way. As long as I can do my daily runs the way I've been doing, I can keep up that pace. I don't know if it's going to be another month or 2 per se. But that one. See, when I first got to playing this again, I was thinking, well, farming is one of those skills that's really difficult to start out. But you can make strides. And I think I did like a quest and so on. That kind of got me started. All right, so we're gonna go to let's go to Alcarid because we're gonna go to. Oh, you know what it was? I'm sorry, I meant to get a. We're gonna go to because we're on a Cal fight task, so I'm gonna end up bringing the cannon with me. So we got the farming run out of the way. Typically, for a stream, I will only have to do one intermittently like that once in a blue moon. We are good to go, and we'll sell that stuff later, not a big deal. Now, we're going to gear up, and like I was saying, I am going to focus here. What else I need to bring with me? With cow fights, to finish these tasks as quickly as you can. I mean, there's a couple methods, but I'm gonna be meleeing, and I'm gonna bring the cannon, like I was saying. I'm just trying to think how much inventory I'll need and how many cannonballs I'll need to. 2,000 is actually probably a fair amount. Kind of thing. And then we're gonna need and I bring the prayer potions just in case I need them. But we're gonna bring I'm gonna bring 1,000 more cannonballs. Just I think that we're good. That should be good. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take on the cow fights. So just outside of Shantae Pass, you can set up fire at will. Alright, here we go. We are set up, ready to go. Really, this is a fast way to finish a cow fight task. And you're also, when you're doing this, you're leveling up your range too. So we're working on range with this. I will get to 58 here, which is nice, because I have been meaning to level up range a bit too. The only thing with the cannon is you have to manually reload it. It seems like. But it does put in work with getting it. I can't knock it too much. When we started, I think it was, what, 155 of these? $58. Is that Myth? The legend. What's going on, Myth? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the like, appreciate it. We're taking on some Cal fights here, and they are in the midst of a cannon attack, which I don't think they're having much. Trying to level up some ranged here as well. Finish this task and then kind of move on to the next one. Oh, let me, yeah, so Myth, I got to 87 attack today, and then I'm trying to get to 76 Slayer here. We just need, like, 21k or so, and then I've just been kind of getting other levels as I've been going for other skills. We just got ranged 58, which is my lowest combat skill. And now I am training up some defense here to get to 87. That's not going to happen tonight, but there's an outside chance I can get to 86, though. And pretty soon here, I'm gonna look to do some bossing. Like, I'm gonna try to fight some bosses. Maybe do some raids if I'm able to do them. We're pretty... I'd say we're getting pretty close, so... I wanted to run another episode just to kind of get the week started. And kind of... resume what we were doing last week with the skills, like the training and everything. Yeah. Have you played Old School Runescape, Myth? I'm sure you've probably heard of it. I didn't know if you've played before. I didn't mean to move away from there. Cannon is kind of putting in some work right now. We've taken out over 100 of the cow fights since we've been here, and that actually hasn't been, what, 12 minutes maybe? Yeah, we've taken out 120 in 12 minutes. Yeah, this cannon definitely speeds things up, though. For a task like cow fights, I think cannon is like an automatic suggestion, I would say. You just place it kind of where I've got it. It's basically in the center of the room, and I mean, I'm meleeing too on top of that, 'cause I'm trying to just train a couple skills at once. One nature rune. One nature rune. Don't spend it all in one. Don't spend it all in one place now. All right. Thanks for the like, appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. We're just wrapping up a Cal fight task here. We've got 5 more to go. Alright, pick up the cannon. Oh. Hey, we did it. Okay, we're going to go to the next task here. Hey, that wasn't so bad. So for that task, we used up about 800 cannonballs in 15 minutes. So that would be about 3,200 an hour, and I bought 3,000, so I was pretty much right. Pretty close. All right, let's go to the gnome stronghold real quick. We're gonna get the next task. Oh, hey, all right, we're back where we started, because this is literally, I think, the same task we got last time. Like, to start the stream, I was taking out. All right. We'll just put the cannon away for now. And I'm just gonna get some more potions here. Just need 1 second. We won't need the anti-poisons for these. We just bring an anti-fire, though. I always bring one just in case for the blue dragons. And then we just need to remember, bring the dusty key, and then we're going to go to Falador. Actually, We're gonna go to Falador. I guess we'll just 6 minutes. 6 minutes left on that. Let's just take a second here. I still have a couple pizzas from one of the last blood build. Okay, so let's get ready here. It's gonna take about an hour. We'll see how it goes. Let me go to Falador now. We're gonna go to Taverley and we'll just fight them there. And I always bring a Falador tab with me just in case I'm almost done with the task, but I don't quite finish it. That way I can just kind of get back to the closest bank and kind of rerun the route, and then I'm kind of back in the action, right? So we're going to be walking here for a little while, but it won't take too long to get there. We got to take out 173 of them. We're 14 tasks away from 100, which is interesting because we're going to get a fair amount of points for that. Offhand, I don't know the amount, but I know it's a bonus amount basically. We're just going to be going around, and then we're going to run through where the blue dragons are. I've got my anti-fire with me. I don't have my dragon fire shield, but even if they were to hit me with dragon breath, it would be like 12 or something. So we'll be fine because I have a couple sharks with me. So in the event that happened, I think I'd be fine. They usually try to melee you when you go by them anyway. We'll run to where we can before the run goes to 0. We're getting there. We have to fight 173 of them. I think that's going to take me about... I'm trying to think. I was thinking it would take about an hour, but... I'll know after the first, 5 minutes. I can get my pace, and then just multiply that by 12, and we'll kind of know. So if it's... 2 every minute, which I think it's faster than that. I think it, yeah, if I take out 3 every minute, that's 1 every 20 seconds. That would probably be about right. We'll see though, chat. So yeah, you just run here, going through the Taverley dungeon. You just run through the lava area, just over the bridges, and then we're going to use the dusty key on the gate here. That'll let you in. And I'm just going to chill here for a second. We're running past these dragons. It's nice that they don't attack you right as you come through here, but when they get in range, they're going to start to try to dragon fire, dragon fire. I just want to have enough run speed to sprint past them. So we're just going to take a second and chill here. They're not going to roam really past here, so we're fine. I'm probably good at about 20, I'm going to guess. Almost ready to go. And these other enemies don't count towards the task I'm on, so I kind of just ignore them. I really don't fight them anymore. Now that we're at the 20, I think that's enough run speed. I'm going to use up a anti-fire sip here, and then we're going to run by the blue dragons. Looks like someone's already here fighting them. Alright. We did get hit by dragon fire, but it was 4, so that's fine. Alright. Now we're here. This is where we're going to be fighting. This is where I started the stream. So let's get ready here. The fight. It's funny, this whole area hasn't loaded in yet. You have to move west for it to load. It doesn't exist yet, chat. This is the setup that I'm running right now. Slayer helmet and so forth. The Justiciar is mainly for, that's the chest and the plate legs, but basically, oh, leg guards. You know. The reason why it's Justiciar over, say, Bandos, there's a couple reasons for that. I like the prayer bonus because I tend to use two prayers at once. And I'm pretty comfortable with the max hit right now. I'm hitting like 45s. So I'm comfortable enough with that where my training is still pretty quick. I like having the option of trying to tank an enemy, or I can pivot either way. But with the lower defense stats, you kind of become more one-dimensional with how you can fight these. It's basically just pure strength, pure training, which is totally fine. You can do that. But one of the reasons why I'm trying to get to 87 defense is so that I can really just tank here. I can save cost and money. Yeah, I can save money and bringing all these potions. I would just bring half of it, probably. Each of these potions are 8k, so you multiply that, or 9k, right? But imagine you do this for hours and hours of Slayer. You're going to save a lot of money in the long run just by getting a couple more defense levels. That's part of the reason why I'm doing that. But and then you've got, actually recently, yesterday I think it was, I got the Rune gloves, which are an upgrade to the adamant, which is kind of nice because I had meant to do that for some time. So we're one step closer to getting to the Barrow's gloves. We got to get 2 more upgrades. We got to get the Dragon gloves and then the Barrow's gloves. That's the order in which you would unlock them. So once we get the Barrow's gloves, I'm pretty sure my max hit's gonna go up at least by 1, but probably 2. So we'll see. We start doing 46, 47. And then that would be the max. Oh, we got a Rune medium. Nice. We'll pick that up in a second. We'll just chow down on the lobster, and then that's going to free up an inventory space, and then I can pick that up real quick. Yep, and we'll just add this to the offer. Now we'll have that extra 10k. Oh, we got someone in the safe spot here with some mage. That's cool. Alright, so it's not just us here after all. And then, yeah, I mean, this is basically what I do for train. I basically try to combine 2 tasks in one. Like, I'm trying to train and level up my combat, like, efficiently and get some momentum towards getting these other level ups. But I'm also trying to level up Slayer as well, hence the premise of the video. But we are actually a bit closer than I thought to 76, which is nice. We've got what is this? About 13, just a little over 13,000 left. And then we'll get to 76. When we're able to fight the gargoyles, we just haven't got them as a task yet. So I am looking forward. Because then maybe I'll be able to get a granite maul for the stream. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be a lot of rune stuff too. I'm gonna, if I get that task, I'm gonna bring my high alchemy runes, because I've seen that you can get a lot of rune drops from them. I'd like to pick this Cadentine up, but I don't have a priest. I mean, I guess I could. The anti-fire is. May as well just. I mean, we're not going to be going anywhere with dragons in the area. Whatever. And we'll still make about 3k on that. So I kind of just do that, try to be as resourceful as possible whenever I get those kind of drops, and I just try to make the optimal play. So once this next use of the rune spear. Hey, if he's not gonna take it, I'll get it. Finder's Keeper, sorry. Normally, I mean, I'd leave it, but here's the thing. It'll just despawn and then nobody gets it, right? Maybe he didn't. Maybe they didn't see it. It would just despawn and no one would get it. I may as well get it. Yeah, soon I am looking forward to fighting some bosses and getting into raids. It's just a matter of if I'm able to participate. Again, if some of the monsters have like attacks that are intense, like flashy or whatever, I won't be able to fight them. But if all goes well and I'm able to do some of that, then that would be like the theme of the next series of streams. I do want to fight some bosses. That's one of the main reasons why I'm playing, is I want to get to fight bosses. Do that. But it would be something that I could stream, present for the stream. That's one other reason why I want to get to 87, just because I do see when people train by looking at the high scores, defense often is often the last to get trained. So with me, I kind of just want to have a balance, so I don't have a perceived weakness in battle, and then that way I can kind of contribute in a either way. Like I can try to attack, I can try to defend. a lot of people will say that defense is less important, which is fine. That's a great opinion. That's fine. I like knowing that I'm gonna take a 0 hit and then I can counter and hit them nicely. You know, I like that because then I'm in control of the battle. I'm kind of, you know, it's on my terms. That I like to fight when I'm fighting a boss. I like to really know that I've got the upper hand. So we're just kind of putting in that work now to where we get to that point. We're going to be that much more better off. And plus, by that time, I'm looking to have the Barrel's gloves and stuff anyway. So we'll even have a bit more pluses here statistically anyway. Well, we are making some progress here on defense, which is good. Getting that extra attack level did help me earlier. It does seem like my training, my XP per hours, it is better. I mean, even if it's a few thousand, I'll take it. We've taken out just over 30 of them now. And we've got 3 minutes to go before we're at 15 for the start of the task. Then I'm just going to multiply that by 4, and then that's going to get me how many I'm able to take out in an hour, roughly. And, you know, you can factor in some lag time in between attacking targets and stuff like that if you want to. We'll have an approximate idea of what's possible. Some of it's on the game, depending on how often you get the good hits, and some of it's, you know what I mean? Like, if you're on a roll and just had a good run, then maybe that's not going to quite reflect the next hour. Typically, when I train here for an hour, I tend to find that I run out of prayer potions just before I run out of divines. What that means is sooner in the process, I got to make a decision of which prayer I'm going to kind of, you know, switch off, and it tends to be protect from, because that's why I bring the Justiciar, because I want to be able to tank for just a little while to where it's just enough for me to finish the task, and then I get out of here with the tab, right? It's not, I'm not trying to tank here for a whole hour. I'm just not quite there with defense yet, but that would be my idea eventually. It would make a drastic difference. We'd be able to stay here well beyond the hour with this many potions. Got another Ranar here. I mean, you just kind of do this, and hopefully this helps. You get to see the Slayer Helm in action. Again, this is combined with Piety, the Piety Prayer. So if you've got both, then definitely use them together. If you've got one or the other, just try to get the other, and it'll make a pretty big difference. Another like 7 or 8 or so to your max hit, which is that's a big deal. Like I've been finding that, because it's just, well, now your hits can tend to land in the upper, like instead of hitting in the upper 30s, now you're hitting in the mid 40s, but you have a solid chance to continuously like really hit like what we did before. It was like 39, which is still, that was above my previous max hit. But you can have successive hits that are in that range. That's I guess what I'm kind of getting at. The more you can do to improve that DPS. That's why I'm trying to go for next is the Barrow's Gloves, because I'll be able to get more max hit out of the gear I've got. Probably from the rune, I'll probably get another +2 on the max hit. So we'll almost be hitting 50s max. We don't even have 80 or 99. You know, we don't have 99 strength by any means. We're 87, which is pretty. I mean, that's pretty good. There's still like 1 million people that are past me. Granted, I've only played for. I mean, I've played for 7 weeks, so people are gonna have way more strength than me typically. But considering that I've been playing for only 7 weeks, I actually think this is pretty good. Like, the balance of the stats, though. It doesn't seem like a lot of players balance them out. They tend to go strength and attack, but forget defense. In my mind, I'm like, no, I mean, I get it, but defense matters too. That would be all I would say. Because once you have a defense level at a certain point, and once you have the gear at a certain point, enemies really aren't going to hit you. And that, I mean, it makes the battle a lot easier. You know you're not going to get hit. I mean, alrighty, we got some more loot here, which is great. We will take it. I see a lot of players that have the fire cape. That would really help me out, like having a fire cape or having the one after. I just don't know if I could beat Jab. Fighting in the fight pits, I don't know. I don't know if I'm able to. We'll see. Like, skill-wise, I can get, like, before what I've done. I've beaten all the waves and I've gotten to Jab. But I haven't tried yet with this character. I haven't attempted yet with, this character. Back in the day when I fought Jad, I think it was an RS3. I fought Jad, and I got Jad to like half health. Okay, I was actually, for a melee player, I was actually doing pretty good. But I messed up a prayer switch, and I can't remember if it hit me with magic or range, but it KO'd me. So I made it all that way, I completed all those rounds, and I got KO'd. But I don't know, with certain enemies, like the special attack they use is like all like flashy or whatever. I'm just not sure if I can do a fight of that. Or it kind of would either give me a headache or it would bother me in some ways. I don't know. I would like to get the fire cape. That would be awesome. Because then I could work on maybe one day getting the I think for now the easiest, most reasonable try for me would be to get the Barrow's Gloves. And then once we've got the Barrow's Gloves, I was thinking of going with the Berserker Ring imbued, though, instead of the Brimstone Ring. Yeah, I would lose a little bit of attack and defense bonus, but if I'm just training, then I would like to get that. Because then you just double up on your strength. Like you get, I think it would be an extra 1 max. But we'll hit a little less frequently, but I mean, like, it'd be slight. So we did get a couple of attack levels, so when you, like, if we get the Barrow's Gloves, then that'll be a big deal. I just had to finish Monkey Madness and the side quest for related to it, like for recipe for disaster, and then I can get the dragon gloves, which will be a slight upgrade to these, which will be still cool. It's still gonna help. We're not gonna get another max hit. Again, it all, even if it's just a slight improvement, it's still gonna help. Alright, just to recap, we started out, for this task, we were on 173 of these to go. So now we've got, I think it's what, 59 since we've been here? 60? I keep forgetting. So at, when we get to 2 minutes here, we'll be 20, it'll be 25 minutes since we've been here. We'll know where we've been, what the pace is for 50 minutes, and then I just gotta think about the extra 10 minutes. Like the ratio. Yeah, this is what I do to train. Honestly, this is how I've gotten to where I've gotten. A lot of patience, a lot of just, yeah, it is like, it's like Myth was kind of saying. It is a bit of a grind, but at the same time, I'm trying to put in a lot of that work now to where I'll be able to just kind of run bosses in the near future. And then over time, you do get some XP for doing that too. It's not going to be nearly as fast of a rate. It depends on when you stop actually training, but I think I'm going to go for a little while longer. And it'll be a challenge to take on some of these bosses. And I do think there are some bosses I could fight, because I think they just have regular attacks. They just hit you for a lot of damage, right? But if it's not like these just do a normal swing at you, it's nothing, they're not hitting you with like a sparky lightning blast or something. I'm not saying every attack should all be the same, but there are players that can't tolerate it, so I would hope that there would be some consideration. And I did see in one of the polls they did that they did have a question on there for, or they did have something on there for accessibility with some of the effects in one of the winter areas, snow areas. So it is in mind. I do think that they do think of it. But there's so much with the game. There's so many assets and things that are used. It is easy to kind of have stuff lost in the shuffle, and I totally agree. I would just like to be able to... There's two things in the game that I'd really like to be able to do that I can't. I'd like to be able to try the blast furnace, and I'd like to be able to fight bosses like Vorkath, where they don't do the crazy sparky purple attack that I can't look at. I wouldn't want to have a 90 mil set and go up against it and I feel sick where I can't fight it and then I die, and it's like, well, that was fun. And it may not seem like a lot, it might be kind of a subtle thing, but some of those attacks, even though it's old school graphics basically, they still, the way they shift and change colors in a certain way, and the effect at the same time, it does matter, kind of. So maybe there's like a modifier that can tone it down or something. I'm not saying get rid of it completely. Maybe just make it a little bit more like dullish. Because like the fireball from the regular dragons doesn't really bother me. But it seems like a lot of the enemies that have come out past a certain time frame, they do like newer stuff, like that Soul Heredit at the Colosseum. He's got this like sparky, like lightning surrounding kind of attack, like light attack or something. But anyways, we've got, what, 101 to go here? Really, we've made some good progress. Just passing time, just trying to show Case what you can do here with the Slayer helmet. Definitely must say that this is probably, for the time spent to get the 400 Slayer points to unlock it. This, for the, I think it's like 1 mil GP, but I mean, this is well worth a mil GP. It could be argued it would be a lot more expensive for what it actually does. Like, legitimately, it could be 10 mil. Easy. Just because it gives you accuracy and strength for a helmet. We're about 6 hours away from getting another HP level, so that'll be somewhat of a distant addition there too. My main focus is Slayer and defense right now. Now, with some of these other levels, if I get them, when I get them, great. I mean, there are important ones to get. I mean, really, they're all important, but some of them, like Runecraft, I'm not really into. I can get to level 40, but I'm not like so excited to do so. You know? It's not like combat where I'm like, oh, I really look forward to this. It's kind of like, it's that skill that I don't really have leveled up that I go out of my way to do. That's okay, you know? We did get a range level, which is nice. You can bring a cannon here, like the one guy, like he's got here. For a single combat area, though, I really don't bring a cannon. because you need 5 inventory slots. With the amount of prayer that I use, it's almost, to me, just... I'll save them for, like, cow fights, you know? Which, actually, that is an excellent idea to use cannons on those, though. Huh. They didn't pick up their blood runes. We'll pick these up. Yeah, it's like 2k, but it's fine, you know. Extra gold. I'll take it. I like them because they stack. Like any of the stuff like nature runes. Really, I could pick up the chaos runes. Anything that's stacked. Ranar. Ranar? I'll take a Ranar. We've actually gotten a fair amount of XP for defense so far. Pretty good. Getting those attack levels actually made a difference. We're about halfway through the task. I think I'm gonna be a few minutes shy of actually completing it though, with the potions that I've got. But actually, maybe more so because of the prayer. Now I can get this lobster, maybe. So the idea would be to use up the last of the prayer here for this potion, free up the inventory spot, and pick up the lobster. And I can use it as I'm getting ready to fight the next. Oh, it disappeared. Oh, we got a rune medium helmet. I'll take a rune medium. I don't mind that. That makes up for it. Let's see, what would I rather have? 11k or a lobster that's like 200 GP? We've almost got Slayer 76. I think we need to take out like 10 or 11 more of these. I would, for the stream, I would like to get a gargoyle task. I feel like I'm fighting a lot of the same stuff half the times. That would be the first time I fought gargoyles. We'll see. I do like the progress we're making towards defense here. 86, that is kind of nice. It would be great to pick up the level by the end of the stream at least. And even if I can get somewhat of a start towards 87, that'll be great. Because once I get 87 defense, we're going to start working on strength. I might go strength 90 or I mean, it's not going to... It's going to take some time to get. Alright, so 35 minutes in, we could say approximately we've taken out 92 of them. We started out fighting 173. And I think that we're going to be just a bit shy of making the goal of getting this all in one go without having to come back here by probably, I'm going to project them probably 12 kills. We'll be at around 12 when I have to bank. Hey, we got Slayer 76. There we go. 139,000 to 77. Wow. That's crazy. We still got a fair amount of time to go before we can fight the Abyssal Demons. Because I wanna start trying to get whips too. I know that that's like a far down the line. My thought. Definitely would be cool. I think we start with fighting the gargoyles if we get the task, and then we can get like a granite maul, or at least the chance to get one. We probably have enough prayer potions to last another 10 minutes. And I don't have enough food to trust tanking for even a little bit, just because, well, I don't have any food. We'll just go back and bank. I mean, that's the conservative approach. Just go back, bank. We'll have like 20 or so left to go, and then we'll come back and finish the task. Sometimes that's going to happen when you're on a task. It's not going to go quite as planned where you do everything in one go. But just try to map it out and see, okay, well, this will be about where I'm at. Just tab out of there and kind of repeat the process. You'll finish it, and then just start the next one. Must not be a fan of getting money or something. I don't know. I'll take it. So this is what we got so far since we've been at this. A couple rune medium helms. They're like 11k. few Ranars, you know. Meh, what, 3 or 4, something like that. Nothing crazy, but I mean, it's, again, the way I view this is having enough where you can kind of pay for some of your potions that you bring. Like, whatever your supplies are you bring, this will kind of pay some of that off. I mean, that's assuming you buy them from the GE. That's typically what I So earlier when I was at the GE, speaking of the GE, I actually was able to get a drop that was on the ground. Somebody dropped a dragon medium helm or whatever. So I was able to get one of those. They dropped like 5 or 6 of them. I got one. And then somebody dropped a broken Aram something. I didn't actually get to see what it was, but it was at least 100k. I clicked it, but I didn't get it. But I do have a bit of latency on this server, so I don't expect to really get those drops. That's cool somebody got it. I always try to get them, though. Typically, when someone drops something really valuable, I'm either in the middle of, like, a skill where I'm trying to get XP, or I'm trying to finish a transaction in, like, the GE, just making a sale. I'll see it's on the ground by my feet, and it's like, oh, well, by the time I click it, it's already too late. You know? Kind of a bummer when that happens. We've done pretty well here, though, I gotta say. Taken out over 100 of them now. I think we're at like 112. It's funny I said that, and then I get 112 XP. Yeah, so 112 taken out. $175,000 left to 86 defense. Pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting that level up. We'll just be one away from getting the the extra boosted level from the Divine, which we'll get at level 87. And then we can just train strength for a while. That's really my plan with all of this. Putting all this work in now. Like, I feel like we'll be in a good enough position defensively and offensively where it's just that balanced approach. I can kind of pivot either way. If I need to tank a bit more, I can. If I need to be more aggressive and kind of just turn up everything and spend the prayer points, we can do that too. I'm not in like a major hurry to level up prayer. I would like to get to 72. Then we'll get a bit more out of each potion we use. So, you know, I bring a lot of potions. We'll get an extra point for every sip, I believe. So you imagine you bring 20 potions, well, that's what, an extra 80 points. That's assuming they're all 4 doses. We got a lobster. Okay, great. Nice. Okay, maybe we could tank for just a little while. It's just one lobster. Maybe with the amount of them that this guy is taking out, maybe we'll get a lobster over here. I was gonna say. It didn't seem like that guy was there. Pick up cannon. Alright, we should be good for another at least 5 minutes. So you're trying to pace yourself for these fights and seeing like, alright, you know, it looks like I'm going to be pretty close to finishing the task. If you have food with you, at least some food, maybe you can tank for a little while. Like in my case, I just have the one lobster. I'm not necessarily too confident with that because it only heals you 12. You know, it's not like the best. I mean, it's alright. If I had like 5 or 6 of them, that would, you know, that'd be one thing, I guess. So, 2 more potions. Yeah, we're not gonna make it for another 10 minutes. We'll make it maybe another 3 or 4, depending on. And again, that would probably. Yeah, I'm way over, or I have a lot more left than yeah, I have enough. I don't have enough prayer basically for 50 more of them. We'll take out some more of them, but it's not going to be 50, sadly. You just do what you can. Try to take out as many as you can. We're down to our last prayer potion. But we do have a couple lobsters, which makes this a little bit interesting. Not picking up his runes. Alright, we're gonna see how long we last without protect on. So far, so good. We are out of food. We're down to our last prayer. We're actually tanking fairly well with the defender. This is the difference of having just this DR. I wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. Alright, now we got hits. We're just gonna stay here until we have to go. We've got a maximum of like 3 minutes, but I mean, it's more like whatever this prayer drains, then it's time to go. Like, we want to go right before. I'm just gonna tab out of here. I think that's the play. Oh, there's a lobster. Lobster! Thank you. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, right? See if we can fight one more. Oh yeah, we can fight one. See if we can do enough damage though. Living on the edge. Nope, gotta go. $90 mil on the line. I'm not. No, don't mess with it. Alright. Okay. Just deposit this stuff real quick. And when I get back to the EGE, I would just sell it anyways. So 32 more to go. I mean, that's probably, we'll just bring 2 of these in case. Actually, we'll bring... Let's go with this. let's get rid of all these lobsters. There we go. Oh, two left. Two left, whatever. Okay, all right, and then we should be good. We should be good now. Oh, actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go Lumbridge, and we're gonna. Hmm. I'm gonna bring a Varrock tab, and then we're gonna go back to the dungeon. I'm gonna finish up the task to take out 32. And I'm trying to think I'm trying to think of the pace that I was on. I'm sure those will despawn by the time we get there. That'd be kind of nice. I've been saving some natures. Anytime I get a set of nature runes, then I do pick them up. Because if you get fire runes too, then you're able to high out. Get some water here. Oh hey, we got some cannonballs. Nice. The next time I go back to the GE, we're gonna sell them. Thoratron. I'm gonna see if they say anything. Maybe they're not talking. We are back here at the task area, just trying to take out or finish the rest of this task up here. I brought enough supplies, I think, to get to the finish here. Once we're done with this task, we will be on an 87 streak, 3 away from the 90, and then we can hopefully get a good task after this one. It's been a minute since I've had the Bloodveld task, so that would be great. Just 27 more to go, so not that much longer, actually. About 153k left on the defense level, which is great. That's probably just under an hour and a half left to go of training at the current pace that I'm on. And I think the last time I actually had thought about the time I think it was like around 3 hours left to go. So we're basically halfway from where I started. So that's good. And it may not be by the end of this stream where I get it. At least we got some good progress towards it. I mean, we did get the 87 attack today, which was great. We'll wrap up this task. I'm going to go to the GE and sell something, and then we're going to get to the next one and see what it is. I'm hoping for either Bloodvelds or Gargoyles. That would be those are like the top two for me tasks that I'd want right now. Just the ones that I could do that would be good either for really good XP rate or just overall potential to get good money in the case of the Gargoyles. You can get, people say you can get about 1 million GP in hours. That's probably if you get the Granite Mold. Because I don't think getting Rune stuff by itself is going to be 1 million. I mean, you'd still get probably a couple 100k though. That would be my guess. pretty soon here, for the next kind of series I want to do, it's going to be one based on pest control, the minigame. I do like to play that every now and again. I think it's kind of fun. We've got that. We've got... I'd like to start taking on some bosses here pretty soon. Some raids. I'm just putting in that work now, getting some of these stats up to where I'll pretty much in reach of that as it is. I'd rather over-prepare than under-prepare, you know, because I haven't really fought them in this game yet. The cannon's reaching all the way over here. We just have 13 more to go, and then we're done with this task, finally. This would be a good task in my mind to extend, but that's if your combat's higher. I wouldn't suggest that until you have higher, like, even past where I'm at. Like, I would say, like, 90, you know? Because up until about that point, I mean, you could, but this task would take a bit longer, and there are other tasks that'll help you level up a little quicker. But once you're able to get a lot more hits in on these, and then kind of it's just the damage per second, all that, right? Just consistency. Well, then yeah, because they give a good amount of Slayer XP on every kill. And then you would extend them. I mean, if you've got what Dark Light or whichever Ember Light maybe. I mean, I use the Grozzy, but I'm just saying you can use other weapons, obviously, that are super effective against them. Or maybe you do want to extend the task regardless. We'll see. I mean, we'll know here in a couple minutes what my task is going to be. I would like to get to 90 tonight. I would like to for the stream, but it just depends on how quickly they can be finished. You know, if it's 20 minutes per or whatever the case may be, then that would just be like another hour. We could probably. But if it's an hour for a task, then I don't know. We'll see. pretty good stream here. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Thanks so much. Again, it's been great kind of getting get back to playing this game that really was one of the games that got me, like, I was just excited to get back and train a lot of the skills that I remember training back in the day when I used to play. I wasn't much of a slayer and I wasn't much of a farmer, but hey, who knew? You know? You never know sometimes. I'll take it. It's one less skill that I have to worry about with farming, with the achievement diary, and like any quest requirement. Now I can get to level 91 with the boost, with the garden pies. It should pretty much help me out with everything, I would imagine, except maybe the edge case, one or two things. Now, if only I could get thieving to that point. Thieving, agility, fishing, right? I mean, I'm 7 weeks in, but I'm just saying, like, there's gonna be a point where players that have started weeks ago, they're gonna lap me and already catch me. But the thing is, like, I'm trying to do what I do well. So, combat, right? Combat, farming, smithing, right? I try to stick to those skills and put all my time there. And what I'm not as good at or what I'm not as excited to do, I try to minimize that. But I still want to get minimum levels for like quest requirements and stuff like that, of course. I have 1,000 mining XP to go for 51. I can get it. That's, you know, whatever. But do I want to get 37,000 construction XP for 65? I mean, yeah, but that's awesome. For another day, though. We just need one more to go. Probably didn't even need to use that potion. But just in case. Wow, nice. Hey, there we go. Alright, so task complete. Let's get out of here. Okay. There we go. So we got over 27,000 XP for Slayer from that task. That's actually pretty decent. All things considered. And that's without extending the task too. I don't even know if I had done that for another half hour, what it would be. Another 13k or something. I don't know. We'll just I'll bank some of this stuff super quick, and then we're gonna get that next task, and we'll be back here though. Let me just put some of this away. Alright. See what we get here. I did level up. I did get 1 level in smithing over the weekend too. It may not seem like much, but I mean, it actually, well, for me, that I'm just trying to get levels where I can on some of these. Alright. Let's go to the Slayer Master here. Okay, blue dragons. Okay. Well, we're just gonna wrap up here. I'll show you. I'm at about 500 rewards points, so I'm gonna be saving up for. I have enough, but if I get a gargoyle task, I'm going to get this unlock here for it, where you automatically KO them when you get them down to critical. That's gonna speed up the process there. like I was saying before with the extend, if you get, yeah, here it is right here. If you get this task, you can spend 100 points to extend, and then you'll be able to fight a lot more of them if you want. I've already done this with the Blood Build because I do want to fight more Blood Builds. Anyways, yeah, I think that is going to wrap up the stream for today. I just wanted to get a stream going for today. Just kind of wanted to get back to the series from last week. And in closing, I'll just say, yeah, Slayer, it's been great kind of trying to get these milestones, and the community's been pretty good, so it's been just kind of cool getting ideas from everyone and kind of just passing some of my knowledge along as well. Again, we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna stick with this theme for one more day. Maybe I'll switch it up and go with the a mini game like pest control, or maybe I'll try some bosses for the first time. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching. This was a lot of fun today. I do appreciate it. Any questions after the fact, just add a comment. Just let me know. Or you can ask it on the next stream. And anyways, we'll catch you later. Peace, everybody.